Thank you. Senator Hyde-Smith.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman, and thank you, Mr. Secretary, for being here today. And I certainly appreciate your willingness to serve and enjoyed our relationship when I was Commissioner of Agriculture in Mississippi. But I want to talk about poultry production in Mississippi and processing in Mississippi because it supports thousands of jobs and generates billions in economic output annually. It consistently ranks at the top of Mississippi's diverse list of agriculture commodities nationwide, number 6 nationwide. But it is my understanding that today, this morning, USDA announced a proposed rule titled Poultry Growing Tournament Systems, Fairness and Related Concerns. And I haven't read all 150-something pages of it yet, but the industry stakeholders in Mississippi, they've been quick to share their concerns with me over this. My question is concerning the Poultry Growing Tournament Systems, Fairness and Related Concerns. Is it possible that what USDA is proposing could push billions in additional cost onto poultry companies at a time of record inflation and sky-high input cost, which would further threaten food security and raise food cost?
Senator, that's surprising to me because what we're asking the integrators to do is to provide information to producers before they sign a contract on flocks, on density, on the expectation from previous tournaments, what the farmer could potentially expect in terms of a return, the ability to share that information with their financial advisor. We're asking them to give information concerning the stock that they're providing, the age, the gender, the facility where it was raised. I don't think that you're talking about a significant increase in expense to integrators, but what you are providing is greater transparency and more information so as farmers make that decision to incur debt, to go into a contract, that they have a sense that they're actually going to be able to pay that debt off. Now, we did ask a series of questions as part of this, and it may very well be that what you're reacting to are the questions that we're asking in terms of whether or not the system as it's operating is fair. And that's why we're asking the questions. We want to get input from people.
Okay, and we're still, like I said, trying to fully assess and understand these rules because it's my understanding today's rule is the first of 3.
That's correct. That's correct.
But the concern is, could it end up costing farmers and companies and American consumers? And is USDA planning to conduct a thorough economic analysis on the tournament rule, system rule, or other Packers and Stockyards Acts rules pertaining to the poultry industry?
We've done an analysis of this particular rule that we've announced today, and believe that the benefits far outweigh the costs, and we will continue to do that because it's obviously part of the regulatory process.
Okay, and I have a moment left that I want to switch to glyphosate. As you know, glyphosate is a widely used, proven, safe herbicide that combats weeds and grasses that threaten agriculture productivity. And I certainly remember when it came on the market in the form of Roundup. The U.S. Department of Justice recently took a new unprecedented position on glyphosate that could cripple the effective use of this very important ag product that we count on. If our farmers cannot use safe, common sense, and effective products, what would happen to U.S. crop yields if we had to go back to till instead of no-till?
Well, I think there are I think it would obviously impact and affect production. I think it would obviously impact and affect our ability to deal with climate. One of the strategies for dealing with climate is obviously no-till activities. So that this is a personal injury case that they're involved with, and I don't, as I said earlier, I don't know precisely the reasoning and the rationale behind the Solicitor General's decision, but I would say that we've been very clear with the EPA in our conversations about these crop protection tools that we have to follow the science. Whatever the science says, that's what we should follow.
And is it your opinion that it could have an impact on domestic food prices?
Well, there are a lot of things that go into food prices. The reality is that farmers, unfortunately, as you well know from your days as commissioner, get so little of the food dollar, roughly 16 cents of every food dollar. I'm not sure that it necessarily results in food costs increases in the same way that we're seeing with some of the supply chain challenges, but it may have an impact on it.
And what might the long-term impact be on our ongoing challenge to meet the growing global demand for food?
Well, the challenge would be for American agriculture to innovate. And what we have to do is we have to continue to look for ways in which we can invest in and encourage additional research and development on a wide variety of initiatives, including crop protection. We need to continue to work with our industry to make sure that innovation that we invest in innovation.
And on that note, Senator, I'm going to thank